What's up, my brothers? Let's get right into this. As the title and thumbnail suggests, Sadia Khan is apparently a fraud or a grifter, whatever it is that you want to define it as. Some of you may be unfamiliar with her work. Let's pull up the summary here that I came across on social media. Here's a Cliff Notes version of Sadia Khan, aka quote-unquote Sadia Psychology. She's got a bachelor's in psychology while living in London and then became a qualified teacher and taught high school students. Allegedly got fired for quote-unquote bad behavior, got married and then divorced for quote-unquote spousal abuse, then moved to Dubai. Set up shop as a tutor, and during COVID, she just became famous online for being hot and claiming to be a psychologist when she's not, apparently. But she's a ghetto, fake, pathological liar and likely NPD who harasses people to the point of goading them to unalive themselves.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So, I have been getting blown up in my emails as well as TikTok and Instagram over this Sadia Khan situation. And I've had videos sent from multiple content creators. I've had videos sent by my subscribers by multiple content creators covering this. And I just want to pre-warn because I've gotten, this was a while ago, but one of the content creators is Pearl. So, and for some reason, people seem to have a hard time acting like they can't pay attention to the message more so than the messenger. But to be honest with you, she really doesn't say a whole lot in the video anyway. I believe it's clipped from one of her live streams. So you really shouldn't have much to complain about anyway, outside of just seeing the side of her. And if you ain't mature enough to get past that, then you just don't watch, or I don't know, listen with your eyes closed or something. I don't know. The shit is just, it's ridiculous to me. But anyway, she covered this, and I showed y'all the little clip from Richard Cooper, Entrepreneurs in Cars. And then there's also another content creator that Sadia Khan was going back and forth with over the last year, who's been trying to prove that Sadia Khan, was a con. But yeah, supposedly she got exposed by some guy content creator on TikTok, and I don't know, bro. It's a long story. I'm just gonna let y'all see it for yourself, and we're gonna see what to make of it, and I'll share my thoughts on it. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Today, we're going to have a little update from last show. So as you guys know, we had Sadia Khan on the podcast, and it's really interesting because I chose to not have her back on, and she kind of went on all these shows and she started saying it was because she cooked me or whatever. I didn't really know who she was when she came on my show. I just kind of had the recruiters do it at the time. And what actually happened was she was really rude to one of my employees. I think she called one of my employees broke. And I just couldn't believe that this type broad had that attitude. Yeah, it was King. She said some super disrespectful stuff to him at the time, one of my old producers in England.
Yeah, she's talking about King that used to be on her show. I can tell you this, that brother is far from broke. As long as he's been doing YouTube, and he's been doing pretty well. So that's cap. And two, I think the reason why she might have even felt like that was valid in her opinion is because she's been spending quite a lot of her adult life living in Dubai. Yeah. I find that very interesting. A woman that looks like her, who's not from Dubai, happens to live in Dubai and think it's, especially when you consider the way she talks about relationships and men and women. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, something ain't clicking, man. But anyway.
So this is all coming out now that she's like a crash out or whatever. And I'm not really that shocked. So let me play this video.
Sadia Khan is crashing the hell out right now while more and more about her life is being exposed. And I got to personally talk to her about it. Let's get into it. So to start, who is Sadia Khan? Or as people are now calling her, Sadia Khan. I understand that it sounds like I'm just saying the same things twice. This is really more of one of those things where you have to see it spelled. It's kind of like saying tomato, tomato through text. Anyway. Sadia Khan is a woman who has been described as a psychologist, a psychotherapist, and a relationship expert. She first gained fame in 2023 after appearing on the School of Greatness podcast with Lewis Howes. Here, she really won people over with her beauty and elegant, articulate way of speaking. She described her impressive educational background and made clear that her goal with social media was to make online therapy more accessible. She blew up and started getting hundreds of millions of views almost overnight. I believe I learned about Sadia Khan sometime earlier this year, probably around the same time she was on the Jay Shetty show. Just like about everyone else, I thought she was extremely charming, and the bits and pieces that I did hear her speak on, I found myself really agreeing with. And when you look at a woman like Sadia Khan, you see someone so graceful, so almost flawless, that it seems almost impossible to imagine.
I mean, she kind of just looked like your standard Instagram girl to me. But, okay.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, I think that's the real reason why she blew up. It was because of the way she looked, and then you add that accent. It was like, yeah. Because I remember the very first time I reacted to one of her videos, I think it was actually in response to Kevin Samuel's death. Because what made her come on my radar was because she always came across as like advocating for men and somewhat pro RP until she came across a RP comment section. And then she, from that moment on, she just kind of like seemed like she just either kind of did a 180 or just kind of was drifting back and forth, to, you know, depending on what the audience was. And I think other people were picking up on that as well. Let's get it.
That behind that silky hair and high fashion, there could be someone so snake-like and nasty and vindictive that they would tell a woman that she could easily suck her husband's dick. And yet, here we are. For myself and a lot of the internet, the great unraveling of Sadia Khan actually being potentially one of the shrillest hag ravens to ever cosplay as a decent human being began in August of 2025 from a user who goes by Goob. Goob is known for exposing influencers who Photoshop their photos and videos. And I'm not just talking a filter here and there, I mean taking entire inches off their waist, usually taking a bit of the background with them, giving Goob just enough rope to hang them by. Goob doesn't only cover fitness influencers, though. If you are any kind of influencer who claims that you're healed and able to help other people through your coaching, Goob believes that it is intellectually dishonest to say so while still photoshopping your own photos. And that is how the worlds of Goob and Sadia Khan unite.
Motivational speaking man coach that's supposed to
She is bigger in person. I mean, people say that about me too, so I'm not really trying to, but it doesn't surprise me that she uses the filters and the whatnot.
show you how to be a confident, successful man in dating relationships, editing her own photos and videos? Sadia Khan, welcome to the show. This is Sadia Khan, 741,000 followers. You can book a call with her. She promises that for just a few $1,000s, you're going to be able to master yourself, master women, and master relationships. She wants to make sure that you're confident, emotionally strong, and free from baggage. Don't worry, guys. The program's not too much to develop all of this confidence from Sadia. just a paltry 6,000 GBP, which in Freedom Bucks is like $6,500. Just a few months of rent for the average American, no problem at all. Here's a good clip that Sadia posted about facing your own realities and truths.
Thing to sell to women because
but it's the reality. Like, I'm majority of men's not their dream girl. It's not the end of the world with that, but it takes a self-esteem to understand. Here's the thing: people who have high self-esteem attach to truths. They enjoy truths. Truth means something to them.
Truth means something to him, huh? Let's take a look at this clip. All right, guys, now just keep in mind she's a high confidence woman. Truth means something to her. Why is there a waist filter on this public speaking and engagement video of you, Sadia? What is going on here? Look, it's just bending, warping, getting disintegrated.
My enemies always take themselves out. Count code. Truly.
If you look at this photo of just her full body, you see there's a waist filter here and it's not attached to the shadow. Big miss there. Sadia, I have a better offer for you than this $6,000 somebody could pay you to be a man. I'm currently hosting my very own transformation.
You get it. I respect guys like Goob because I feel like a lot of us miss that kind of thing.
I wouldn't have noticed. I would not have noticed.
Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed either. I mean, I'm not really paying that deep attention, but my whole thing with her is this. If what you're selling is therapy, why are you so concerned about your personal image to the point where you feel the need to use filters? Unless you know what your audience is and you know the true reason why they're watching. Because those same men that she be trying to claim that are weak and so forth, and those are the same, that's her audience. And you can tell the way by the way she presents herself, and you're gonna sit over, especially if you're going to the lengths of I've never even heard of a waist filter. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing until this whole Sadia Khan situation came out. But yeah, it gets worse. Let's keep it moving.
Like, I would probably never notice that, but Goob is an actual physical trainer. So I've got to imagine a lot of this fake, unattainable body image stuff makes his job a lot harder. Anyway, given our history of Sadia Khan, university trained, analytical, elegant, respected, how do you think...
How did she get on all these podcasts when it turns out she's not even a real psychologist? She's going to go into that.
She responded. Do you think she, A, ignored the criticism, not giving it any attention, B, admitted to photoshopping and moved on, or C, crashed out and started throwing a well-documented adult temper tantrum online? I fear we all know where this is going. Sadia Khan responds.
It really doesn't surprise me because I saw how she responded to my employees and I'm like, they just put you in this studio and we're super accommodating to you and you're going to crash out on him? Really? He allowed you to do your job. That's what a lot of women do. They shit on the men that allows them to do their job.
To Goob's video in a comment on her own personal account that reads, 5'1" porn addict mad at women who expose their addictions and inability to get women. Shock. To which Goob simply creates a montage of himself with his, if I may say, exceedingly hot partner of several years. Not much research went into that comeback, I'm afraid.
Now, wouldn't you think a woman who presents herself as a psychotherapist, professional, a woman who used to teach kids for a living, that was a very kid-like response? Wouldn't you say so? I mean, it's like, damn, you would just never expect this from her. But then again, I shouldn't be surprised myself because I'm gonna share a small interaction that I remember happened with her in the comments on TikTok a while ago. But I'm gonna save that for later, for a clip that I want to share with y'all later on. Let's keep it moving.
But that's not all. What Sadia Khan would continue to do next would change a lot of people's opinion about her.
Guys, so this story is getting very bizarre. This is Sadia Khan, the online influencer psychologist that promises she can show you how to attract women, be a better man, and fix your relationship. I did a story on her the other day because she edits her videos and I thought it was very funny. I criticized her in the video because it was very obvious that she puts waist filters on any video where her her full body is shown. And in a lot of her videos, she's talking about how much self-confidence she has and how she knows what she is, blah, 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 blah. And that's what's necessary to attract a partner, etc., etc. But when I called her out, she lost her goddamn mind. It's now been about 48 hours, and she has spent the last 2 days accusing my followers of...
Let's read some of these comments. The Sadia Psychology says, Karen with a full face filter and yeast infection telling me about my...
Why is a 35-year-old woman going back and forth with strangers in the comment section? Just can't imagine spending my day like this.
myself.
Right, because I'm like, I barely be having time to even go and be in the comments like that anymore, and she got a bigger following than me. That's ridiculous as hell. But I guess I might as well bring up this conversation. Well, I don't want to say conversation, but it was like a bit of a back and forth that me and her had, because it came around a time where I started to notice that she was drifting, so to speak, or grifting, whatever you want to call it. Grifting. And I had said something in the comments, because she has made similar comments to what you just heard. You know, it was guys, she saw a comment section of guys in the RP space, and she was just talking shit and how they ain't this and they ain't that and this, that, and so forth. And I was like, so you let a couple people in a comment section completely change your whole view of the space, when even men in the space are making men aware that, yeah, there are some guys that really don't know how to handle this type of content, and they get a little bizarre with it, or they might be experiencing what we call red pill rage, is the period you go through when you first start watching this type of content. I'm like, but she was just like, I can't remember her exact words, but it was just, it did kind of come off like a, I don't know, like she like a shitty attitude, man. Like, I don't know, it just came off condescending, disingenuous, and I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm cool on this chick, bro. I'm like, and I ain't really like watch any of her content like that anymore.
Girl, you need my videos to know why your man keeps cheating. Boy, you know you're a porn addict and you have to pay to see. We both know this about you, midget. You look like you are into animal porn. This is all wildly specific. Too specific.
being animal porn addicts, being cheaters, being prostitutes, and everything in between. But today she started a new trend. These are videos that my followers sent me. This person left a comment on her page, and she tried to call them times. And then when they wouldn't pick up, she left the threatening message that you'll see scroll by.
That's crazy.
Here, pick up, bitch, or I'm going to post your address online. And here's another one from another one of my followers.
I want to act brave. This is Sadia's husband. Pick up, come
Oh my God.
on, don't be scared now. You want to speak to my wife, pick up. Don't be scared, pick up.
Pick up, don't be scared. Don't be scared, pick up. Calling over and over and over and over again. More threats. This is a person that sells one-on-one phone call coaching bullshits.
Should I buy it?
For 6,000 GBP, which I understand now is 8,000 USD, on how to be a high-value man. But hey, guys, I can save you the 6,000 GBP. If you want to call for free from Sadia, just leave a troll comment on her page. She'll try to call you over and over and over.
Yeah, women go on the internet and can't take it when the internets. I mean, it's the internet, you know what I mean?
Free of charge.
That many voice calls is crazy. And do y'all really think it was the husband or?
Hell, shit, I didn't even know the woman had a husband. From what I heard, she was divorced. So, but yeah, that's news to me. But honestly, yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it was the husband, because last time I checked, she didn't have one. But you know, I could be wrong. because I'm like, I don't go digging into people's personal business like that. But let's keep it moving.
And like Goob points out, this really deprecates the value of her one-on-one calls for $8,000. Like myself, at this point, a lot of people started switching up on Sadia. Some comments read, I used to think she was calm, soft-spoken, and reserved. Did not expect that juvenile response from her. Wow. Meanwhile, others have been waiting for the other shoe to drop with her for a while now. This woman writes, I've realized that about her. She was someone I used to look up to, thinking she was different from the others on social media. Boy, was I wrong. And then this user writes, this is who she is and has been the whole time. Glad to see people waking up. Now, that last commenter, Dr. Taylor Burrows, is a creator who has had a long-standing beef with Sadia Khan since 2024, but we'll get down that rabbit hole in just a minute. Before we do, Goob dropped one more video about Sadia Khan after much buildup and anticipation. Text overlay reads, this is a recorded conversation between Sadia Khan after she was discovered to be the side piece of an engaged man. His fiancé confronted her. The following screenshots are texts that Sadia and the cheating fiancé shared.
What are you going to do about it? I'll suck your dick if you have an attitude, and I can do it today if I want to.
Go on.
And I can do it on your wedding day and your birthday.
Okay, well,
and
we'll
the day
see.
after.
Okay.
I've been in situations where he's been with you.
The only question is this AI? Because that's the only, like, we all want to jump on the woman who shit on my employee for no reason. But that's my question. It could be AI.
Social setting, he'll call me after.
This is the biggest scandal that Sadia Khan doesn't want you to know about her. She preaches on her page and on her content that she's a high-value woman. She can teach you how to attract.
Yeah, horse being horse. Next. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's so typical. So typical.
Damn. First the sprinkle lady. Now Sadia Khan. What is it with all these content creators being side chicks, man? Or used to be side chicks. The hell going on out here? But in reference to the doctor that the Davocate was mentioning, Dr. Burrows, I actually came across her video reacting to the situation, and she actually spilled a little bit of tea as well. Check this out.
If you haven't seen any of the videos exposing Sadia Khan for her fraud and her abusive behavior, this is the video you need to see because I've got the smoking gun. So it's good that you're here. I was one of the first people that called her out and confronted her and educated people that she was a fraud and that she was unhinged. And a lot of people had trouble believing me. They may have thought I was being petty because I was jealous or something, but that's not the case. I feel very passionately about this purpose, this cause of integrity and professionalism and protecting the public from the likes of her. So this is how it went down. So these emails are dated July 18th, 2023, over 2 years ago. Now, I disagreed with her on a post of hers about age gaps, and she responded very unprofessionally. And I immediately thought, okay, this is suspect. She can't be a psychologist. Nobody would speak to anybody this way. And I asked her for her credentials. And so she got, really upset and pushed back and started insulting me and said, I'm going to send you my credentials or send me yours. So that was already antagonistic for no reason, because as a professional, you're supposed to be accommodating when people ask for your credentials, because that's part of the job, is to be public about it. And your credentials do not show your personal information, your address and stuff like that. They are client facing, and you have to publicly display them so that it protects the public. So when she got so defensive about that, I already knew that I was going to get a whole bunch of BS from this woman, but I was willing to be proven wrong. And this is what she said in her first email. This is my DHA license, she says. I need an official apology from you and a copy of your license. I'll wait. Kind regards, Sadia Khan. So she included these two attachments, and I'm opening them here. This is her qualified teacher status, and she's got her name and her number, and she also shares a snippet of her Bachelor of Science diploma. This is what she sent me to prove she has a DHA license, which is the Dubai Health Authority, license, her psychology license. That's what she's actually claiming this is. So I'm just going to scroll through the email chain. She's asking me to send my license, but I have never claimed to be currently licensed. I always say I'm a retired mental health professional, retired marriage and family therapist, mental health counselor with a PhD in counseling, marriage, couples, and family counseling. So I don't have to give her my license, but I do have pictures of my expired licenses, which I retired in 2019, but I sent her my doctoral degree diploma. And she goes on and on and on about how nowhere in my social media do I show my license. So why are you asking me? She's implying like, why are you asking me for my license if you're not showing yours? But I'm not saying I'm licensed. So I give her my PhD diploma here, and this is what she comes back with. So you have a doctor in philosophy, which has absolutely nothing to do with couples counseling, which is what you sell. I'm going to come back to that because next is the smoking gun. Here's when she says, I literally sent you my license number for psychologist, and you are out here pretending to have a credential in a few. So this is the smoking gun because she is blatantly lying. She's saying that what she has presented is proof that she's a licensed psychologist. I believe she is falsifying the fact that she has a master's and that what she presents is a forgery. And there are reasons for that as well. So I'm just continuing to show you by scrolling through the email correspondence because I want to be transparent. This was the back and forth that we had over 2 years ago. Ever since then, it has only escalated like in a one-way situation. So I have posted videos educating the public about what I know, and she has tried to harass me, posting abusive and derogatory comments on multiple platforms. I've blocked her everywhere, but YouTube, because you can't block on YouTube. So I've been trying to report her, all her comments for harassment, and that has not worked. I don't know who's backing this woman, but I can't believe it's taken this long to actually expose her. But I've been very measured with the videos that I've posted. I am not being ugly. I'm not being derogatory. I'm simply giving you the facts. And trust me, I did my best vetting and due diligence to find out, kind of like Candace Owens. I really respect the work that she does. I think she is great. And this is how I have come to the conclusions that I have. So this is some more of her BS. Like, she's coming up with all kinds of excuses to try to distract from the point that she doesn't have a license. So she's putting it back all on me. But I have all the receipts that you could ask for, and I'm happy to give them to you because you know why? I'm proud of them. I'm proud of my PhD. I'm proud of my licenses. I'm happy that I retired them because it was my choice to transition into an online coach and leave the practice behind because I was traveling the world and I was prioritizing my personal life and I wanted to leave the profession. So here is the smoking gun that you have been looking for. If you have been, kind of giving her reasonable doubt, like she's not actually claiming to be a psychologist. Yes, she is. She has since figured out that people are onto her and she has been scrambling to try to cover her butt. So she went online to this place that has certificates of completion for various courses, and one was psychotherapy, one was, relationships, and it's bogus. It's not formal education. It does not substantiate having any kind of clinical experience or degree in mental health, and she's just a teacher. And she can call herself a coach and she can do all that she's doing. She just cannot claim to be a psychologist.
So are you saying basically we have a psychology teacher that is claiming to be a licensed psychologist? Or a teacher maybe in a different subject, but just so this is looking real messy. And you know what? This is probably why I haven't seen Sadia Khan pop up on my feed recently. She has been very quiet recently, and I'm wondering if this is probably why. This does not look good, man. And that phone call, because that definitely sounded like her. I ain't even thinking about no AI. That definitely sounded like her. And from what I saw, that was definitely her in those text messages, because you saw the number of followers. Like I'm just trying to figure out what in the hell is she, or should I say not doing, to have that much time on her hands to be harassing people in the comments. Because like I mentioned earlier, when me and her had an interaction in the comments, I should have known then something was off. But you feel me? It ain't really register at the time. But seeing this news come out, oh, okay, yeah, it kind of makes sense why you came for me in the comments the way you did. Because apparently this ain't nothing new. But I'd imagine most guys aren't shocked. But let me know what you think about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.